All right. So another round of the GA Cup has come to an end, as we are now done with the second round of the preseason of the GA Cup, as the preliminary round has came to an end. At this point, most of the bad games have now been eliminated, and only a couple of bad games remain. As you can see here on screen, I will be reading the results between all 32 matches in the preliminary round of the GA Cup, starting with Steal a Brainrot defeating Call of Duty Mobile, which means if you've won, you're moving on to the qualifier round next. If you've lost, you're done for the season. So, you got the second match being Creatures of Sonoria getting upset by Fortnite Zero Build. So we got a Battle Royale game mode going to the qualifier round as well. And that sets... And then we got Dandy's World defeating Dead Cells. Then we got Evade defeating Murder Mystery from Fortnite, obviously. We got two different ones. We got Berry Avenue defeating Pokemon Unite. We got Pet Simulator 99 getting upset by Fortnite Steal the Brainrot. But I don't really know if that's an upset anymore, because the quality of Pet Sim 99 has decreased severely over the last 2 weeks. Then you got Brainrot Evolution getting upset by Fortnite 1v1 build fights. That one is an upset, though. I don't think that one would have normally happened under any circumstances. Then you got Bee Swarm Simulator defeating Fortnite Battle Royale Ranked. So that one's going to the next round. Then you got... Here's a really big upset. Blox Fruits has been upset by Fortnite Reload Zero Builds Ranked. I can't believe a Zero Builds game mode actually was strong enough to defeat Blox Fruits, which makes me wonder if we're going to have a Fortnite game in the schedule next season. There's only one, and that's just regular Fortnite. Because I know Roblox has got 10 other ones other than themselves. Maybe Fortnite could be joining the party soon. Then you got Emergency Hamburg being upset by Fortnite Reload. Then you got Life Together defeating Pokemon TCG Pocket. Then you also have Build a Boat for Treasure defeating Fortnite Peace Control 2v2. Then you have Murder Mystery 2 defeating Fortnite's version of the Squid Games, Octo Game 3. Now, I've played all 3 versions of the game, and they're all fun, but when there's 3 of them, only the third one's going to be popular. The other 2 are going to be... They're going to still have players, just not as much. But Octo Game is just too easy. Like, it's easy to survive in different rounds. Next up, we got Basketball Zero defeating Good Coffee, Great Coffee. Then we got Blue Lock Rivals defeating Legends Landing. Then we have Marvel Conquest of Champions upsetting Metro Life. So that's a mobile game as well. And then we get to the second half of the round, and the biggest upset in the entire tournament so far is that Fortnite Battle Royale Zero Build Ranked has upset 99 Nights in a Forest. That will remain the biggest upset of all time in the tournament. So, or at least for this season. I don't know what the biggest one of all time was, but that one is going to make a lot of people mad. Please don't spam the comments free 99 Nights in a Forest, because you guys voted for this. Because I know some of you guys really want to play 99 Nights in a Forest. because it does get requested every stream. Fortnite Reload Ranked has also upset Souls RNG, making that the second upset in that same day, I think. And then you got Prospecting defeating Fortnite Box PvP. Then you have Climb and Jump Tower defeating Fortnite Save the World. And then you got All-Star Tower Defense defeating Fortnite Tilted Zone Wars. I don't really like Zone Wars because everybody knows where everybody is all the time. Like, that's not how you play Battle Royale. That's just, you're not preparing for anything if you're not even going to go by the right game rules. Then you have Fortnite Reload Zero Builds upsetting Jujutsu Shenanigans. I remember this game used to be requested all the time in Roblox streams. Now it's just kind of fallen off. TSP has fully taken over the genre. Then you have Fortnite Ballistic Ranked upsetting Adopt Me. But I guess Adopt Me is just kind of boring at this point. Then you have the $1 million Jump Rope defeating Fortnite Lego Odyssey. Then you got Minecraft upsetting I don't even know if this is an upset. Minecraft's such a big franchise. The only reason they were this far down the rankings is because they really weren't that popular on this channel for quite a while. But they're going to move on to the qualifier round. Then you got Welcome to Bloxburg defeating Fortnite Blitz in a comeback victory. I remember watching the polls on that day. Then you have Fortnite Festival main stage defeating Catalog Avatar Creator. That was a comeback win as well for Festival. Then you got Garden Tower Defense defeating Fortnite The Pit. Then you got Volleyball Legends defeating Fortnite 1v1v1 Reload. I think it's Reloaded or something. But I don't know. I think it's Reload. Then you got Tennis Zero defeating Fortnite OG Zero Build. Then you got Fortnite Bed Wars upsetting Catch and Feed a Brain Rot. W upset, by the way. And then finally, Tower of Hell defeating Dragon Ball Legends. And that is basically it. Now I'm going to show you the matches or fixtures, depending on whatever you want to call it, for the qualifier round. There's only going to be 16 games. As you can see right on this Discord server, you can find the matches. So if you're in the Discord, you'll be able to see the bracket. You'll see that we're moving on to this round right here. Only 32 games are competing in there. And the winners of that round will be joining up with the 48 games that have already qualified for the first round through the Xbox rankings. And then the real tournament begins once the first round starts, which will be happening in September. So and also that round is also the final round that is 2 weeks long, but we still got to get through the qualifier round before we get to the final round with 2 weeks. All right, so for the qualifier round, there's only 16 matches. The winners will advance to play up against a powerful Xbox game, by the way. We'll see how many of these survive. I'm pretty sure some of them will. So for match number 1, we got Steal a Brain Rot versus Fortnite Zero Builds. This might be a big match because I know this channel falls very heavily on the green bean side, when it comes to popularity on what type of fan base is in this area. We are green beans. We are all green beans. I have to say that. I'm a green bean too. So I'm pretty sure the green beans are probably going to be voting for zero builds, and all the spiders are going to be voting for Steel Brain Rot. All the deers are already been eliminated in the previous rounds. I'm talking to the 99 Knights in the Forest crew. Then you got Dandy's World versus Evade. This is going to be a good match because both of these games are almost evenly matched. I've played both of these on the channel before. Dandy's World was more of a was only requested during a normal Roblox live stream once. I think it was once. And for Evade, they used to be in this season schedule last season, but again, that season ended shortly. If I don't remember correctly, I think Evade was a Class C game last season, which was the equivalent to League 2. Because it used to be called League 2 in the previous season. But I've obviously changed the names to a much more friendly name system. Then we got Berry Avenue versus Fortnite's version of Steal the Brain Rot. This match might be good, but for the wrong reasons. It's because both of these games, I just don't see them making the schedule. Like, both of these games are kind of bad. I'm sorry. We already have a roleplay game in the schedule, and that's Brookhaven. And they're doing well in Class B, so there's no need to add another role-playing game. Then we got Fortnite 1v1 build fights versus Bee Swarm Simulator. I would like to see the bees actually do something here. I mean, there's no reason for them not to, right? And then match number 5. This is a all Fortnite matchup because it's Fortnite Reload 0 builds ranked versus Fortnite Reload with builds on. That is unranked. I don't know what would do better. I feel like people would vote for the 0 build one just because it's ranked, not because it's 0 builds. But that's just a prediction. I could be surprised later on, but I'll have to start identifying which modes are ranked and which ones are not ranked. Otherwise, people would get confused. Similar to the situation we had when people mistaken Murder Mystery as Murder Mystery 2 for Roblox when it was actually the Fortnite one. Then for match number 6, we got Life Together versus Build a Boat for Treasure. That's an interesting match. I don't think Life Together is going to win. I think Build a Boat for Treasure might win this instead. I'm surprised we have more than one roleplay game still in the tournament left. All right, match number 7, Murder Mystery 2 versus Basketball 0. I'm pretty sure the classic is going to win this one, Murder Mystery 2. However, they only face the only disadvantage Murder Mystery 2 has is the Nicholas bug. I'm going to continue to complain about that until they fix it. Because every time I complete a round in that game, the pop-up just pops up and it won't go away. and it only happens when I play on iOS. So if I play on my tablet, it does. On my Amazon tablet, it doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen on my Xbox either. So it's an iPhone thing. All right, match number 8 is Blue Lock Rivals versus Marvel Conquest of Champions. Blue Lock is probably going to score a 7-0 against Marvel Conquest of Champions to move on to the next round. No, yes, I just pulled a Liverpool versus Man United 7-0 joke on this match. But it's true. It's an actually fitting scenario. I think Marvel Conquest of Champions is happy that they're here. They weren't supposed to be here in this round, but they're here anyways. But I don't think they're going to get past the qualifiers. I think this is where their run will end, as Blue Lock would advance to the main tournament. Match number 9 is another all Fortnite matchup. It's between Battle Royale Zero Build Ranked versus Reload Ranked. Both of these modes are ranked, but I'm pretty sure Reload's going to be the ones that's getting popular. So based on what I just said, it means both of the ranked Reload game modes are expected to move on to the main tournament. Which is insane, especially if you're my brother, because if he does decide to play Fortnite ranked, it's going to be Reload. And any of these winning is going to be huge. But you never know. There's a whole bunch of games that are probably more deserving than Reload to get in the schedule, though. Then we have match number 10, Prospecting versus Climb and Jump Tower. 2 mediocre level games, 1 winner. I don't really have much of an opinion on this because I haven't played either of these games yet. Because no one's requested these 2 games. Maybe somebody will soon. I don't know. Match number 11, All-Star Tower Defense versus Fortnite Reload Zero Builds. Ooh, that one's going to be like I don't know. I think Fortnite might take the W here because we already have a tower defense game in the schedule. And it sucks. Tower defense games don't do well on this channel, and this one and Anime Last Stand is no exception. Even Balloon's Tower Defense 6 couldn't even compete very well last time I started playing them. Match number 12, Fortnite Ballistic Ranked versus the $1 million Jump Rope. I think Fortnite's going to win this one just because no one's ever heard of a $1 million Jump Rope in my life. People only played the $1 million Jump Rope for TikTok, pretty much. And then they just troll people in that. Match number 13, Minecraft versus Welcome to Bloxburg. I think Minecraft's going to win this one. Yeah, Minecraft's definitely going to win this one. Match number 14, Fortnite Festival Main Stage versus Garden Tower Defense. I don't know who's going to win this one. Again, Tower Defense games do not do well in this channel. But then again, it's Fortnite Festival. Who knows? I mean, I don't know if they're still going to be getting views. I don't think Fortnite Festival got a lot of views last time they were actually officially in some form of rotation during the beta stages of this YouTube channel. Because we used to stream all of Fortnite's game modes, including Rocket Racing, and Rocket Racing and Lego Odyssey were 2 of the best game modes to stream. Although it's underpopular, lots of people still liked to watch the streams. Then you got match number 15, Volleyball Legends versus Tennis Zero. It's basically two sports going against each other. Which one do you like better, volleyball or tennis? That's going to be an interesting matchup when that one starts. And then the final matchup of the qualifier round is Fortnite Bed Wars versus Tower of Hell. This one might be a good match too because both of these games are good enough to move on, but only one can. And there you go. That is basically the qualifier round. It will start very shortly. We're going to start off with Steal a Brain Rot first, so as well as Steal a Brain Rot versus Fortnite Zero builds, and Dandy's World versus Evade. That's coming very shortly in a few hours after I post this, which means good luck because you're going to need it if you want to move on to the next round. And